Alright, so since I got the infinity done, I can put the spark plugs in this now. So I'm going to do this real quick, put the spark plugs in, put the wires back on, and then we'll see if she fires up. Let's get it. Alright, got everything hooked up the right way, I think. Got the battery hooked up. Let's see if this puppy will start. Oh, I don't know what it does. What the hell? What the hell? I push this. Fuel pump. Turns on. Come in here. Alright, well I'm gonna have to figure that out. That's a little weird. That's a problem for tomorrow.
The next day.
Alright. Today, we're back on the MR2 again. So, I was on the phone with my friend Jack the other day about this whole problem with the car. And he said that I should run 2 wires directly to the battery for the fuel pump. So, I'm going to do that. And then hopefully we get some good fuel pressure enough for it to start. I don't know if it's that problem. I don't know if it's a broken wire somewhere, if it's a relay somewhere, a fuse somewhere. So we're going to work through the process of elimination and try this out. So I'm going to get some wire nuts on these and give it a shot. Alright, it's all hooked up. Let's give it a rip now. You hear the fuel pump now. It's obviously not that. So I gotta figure this out now. So that may explain it. That was missing. So let's see now if it will turn on.
Nope.
I have this fuel pressure regulator. It's gonna tell me how many pounds of pressure I have. And that's how I'm gonna test the fuel pressure for now, but shit, that's the only option I really got. So I'm gonna watch that as I plug in these 2 wires and see what happens. Alright, well, after figuring out how to do it the right way, I put the fuel pressure regulator on the return, because that was the feed. So I got it on the return. And now, I hook these up the right way. Are like 70 pounds of fuel. 70 pounds! So, I think fuel pressure is good. So now let's go on to the next thing, which would be maybe the injectors. Alright, well I was texting with my friend Jack, and he's saying I need to pull the injectors out and make sure they're all squirting. So I'm gonna get to doing that. There's a lot of shit I gotta take off to get down to them. But let's get to it. I'm gonna set you guys up on the time lapse.
I forgot to set up the time lapse. The next day.
Alright, what's up everybody? So, I knew I should have been filming, but I was just messing around with the MR2. I switched out the ECU, and she starts. It's a little smoky in here, I'm guessing because of old bad gas. But, Jack, you were right, once again. There's obviously old bad gas in here. But Yeah, all I did is let's see, trunk. Oh shit. I just unplugged that ECU and plugged the other one in. And it started right up. So go figure. So I think I have 2 coils swapped. So I'll have to go through, get the right mixture, but it runs. Alright, well now since we got it to start, time to start bleeding it and getting some water going through it. So we're gonna put this in first. Get all the shit cleaned out of it. And then sit here and bleed this thing for a while. So I know it's gonna take a while. Hopefully it will smooth out its idle a little bit. Hopefully it'll make it run a little bit better. Because the idle's sitting at like 2.5K right now. So let's get some water in here and get it started back up and see how she likes it. Pick you guys back up in a minute. Alright, well that's kind of odd. It didn't take a lot of water. And I know I flushed this whole thing out, so maybe it's got to be on to start accepting some water. And the reason it sounded weird is because this was unplugged, which is after the mass airflow sensor, which explains why it was tripping out so hard. So, let's give her a rip and see how much coolant she drinks. By the way, I don't even know if this thing works. Alright. Well, I'm gonna let it sit here and do its thing for a while. Already bringing out some nasty shit. Look at that. Ew. But I'm gonna let it warm up, do its thing for a bit. Hopefully my dad gets here sometime soon for then I can have his home bleeding the brakes on this for the hydro. Otherwise, we're Gucci. So yeah. Let's get this thing going.
After a 20-minute drive.
Alright, what's up everybody? So it's Labor Day today, and I figured I'd work on the MR2 a little bit. So it keeps on having it boils the water problem. So I looked at the coolant. It's pretty mud looking. So I took out this drain plug and that drain plug. This is not flowing very well. But I had to do that to both of these. There we go. So I'm gonna stick a hose in the top end and flush all this out. Well, give me a minute and I'll get to it. Let's stick a hose in this because this is one side it goes down. I'm gonna pull that one off and then stick a hose in it and flush all that out. So hopefully this works. Wish me luck. Alright, now you can really see the color of it. Nice and I got both ones open. But yeah, that's the color of the coolant. So I opened this end and I took the radiator cap off. Now I'm gonna put the water hose in the top. Hopefully flush it all out. Get that stuffed in there. Look at all that. Ew. And I know rinsing it out with hose water is no better, but I'm flushing it out right now if I don't have to spend an arm and a leg on coolant. But I'm gonna put some cleaner in here. Get all this shit flushed out. Look at all that. It's disgusting, dude. That came out of this. It is horrendous. Look at all that. Ew, brother, ew. I don't know how long to let it run for like that. Or maybe I put this back on, turn the car on, and let it run. See if that does anything. Maybe I should. It was already coming out clear here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go shut the water off. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out the thermostat really quick. I believe it's right here. I'm gonna take that out really quick. And then I'll allow the water to run through constantly instead of having to get up the heat. So I'm gonna take that out and then I'll pick you guys back up. Alright, the water's on. Oh, I think it's pouring out of the front. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, well, that achieved that goal, so I'm going to close it back up and put some water in it and see how it acts. I'm going to close it back up without the thermostat and see if it keeps it cooler, see how it does, you know? So let's let it all dry out. Well, I got to dry off the part, put some Mickey gasket on it, and then put the thermostat housing back on. See how it looks. Make sure it all seals up. Hopefully the thing will stay cool now. Well, it's not like it's overheated before. It just always ends up bubbling when I park it. So, yeah. We're just going to try it without a thermostat, see if that helps. Plus, it'll always make everything flow all the time. So I am going to put some cleaner in it to get all this disgusting ass shit out. Like, look at all that. That's nasty. So, I'm going to put some cleaner in it. And some oil cleaner in the oil as well. Hopefully it'll do something better. I want to get to it. Because look at this too. Things like rusted completely shut. So I'm probably going to have to do this another time or so. I'm going to start putting it back together now. Hopefully it does better. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a good start to the morning. So I'm going to take the Infinity out to work, but I guess I got to figure that out later today. Yay.